Hello, and welcome to Opera in Brief, the show that summarizes operas for your convenience and entertainment. Today we will be discussing a brand new opera making its US premiere at the Dallas Opera, Sunken by Michael van der Aa, a work making waves not only for its music and drama, but for its incredible use of 21st century technology in its production. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So there's this guy named Toby Kramer who is working on a documentary. A rich lady named Zaina from the arts foundation she runs with her rich husband comes to him to see his work. It's a documentary about a guy named Simon who's gone missing. One of the interviewees mentions that it's the work of Dr. Marinus, who works at the psychiatric hospital. Zaina loves the idea and gives him some money. Later on, Zaina drops by to check in on the project. Toby doesn't know where Simon is, but now he's found out about another missing person, Amber. Amber was known for loving nightlife and going wherever the wind takes her, so her mother isn't too bothered. But Toby is fixated on a clip from Amber's phone where she dreams about escaping the world to a sunken garden. Zaina gives him more money, even as the project is clearly taking a toll on him. Zaina stops by again to check on the project. Toby is up to his ears in conspiracy theories, saying that Simon and Amber were abducted for some purpose with the help of Dr. Marinus. He says that the targets of this enterprise are tormented souls enticed by the dream of a peaceful garden. It comes out that Toby has probably had this dream himself. Zaina is understandably freaked and withdraws her support. So Toby wanders the city and comes across a supernatural-looking door in an overpass. He does what any reasonable person would do in this situation and continues walking. I'm just kidding, he walks into his certain demise. Guess what? He's in the garden, and so are Amber and Simon. Well, sort of. He tries to touch them, but they go brown because they're holograms that speak in riddles. In walks Dr. Marinus, who somehow understands the riddles and summons the garden's maker. So there's this pond in the garden, but it's not like on the ground, it's kind of a wall. Anyway, Zaina comes out of it, and it turns out she's the mastermind of this whole demonic situation. The garden is actually an occult engine that sucks people's souls out of their bodies until they turn into zombie moths. Zaina gets the souls, and by extension, immortality. It's a good deal. I mean, unless you like having a soul, I guess, which is why she's chosen these people. They're all racked with guilt. It turns out Simon lost his firstborn to sudden infant death syndrome, and Amber was traumatized by a friend's death after she told the friend that her fiance was cheating. Toby has his demons too. Turns out he euthanized his terminally ill mother. All of these people are drawn to the garden because it helps them escape the punishment of the real world. Marinus isn't having it though. She threatens to destroy the garden unless Zaina sets everything straight and stops taking advantage of these poor vulnerable people. Zaina isn't going so easy though, especially because she doesn't have to go? Her body's actually still in Toby's basement, and it's just her spirit here, so she can pick herself up and dust herself off no matter what happens down here in the garden. There's a confrontation, and Marinus uses her dying power to zap Zaina, at which point Toby makes a run for the pond and ends up in his basement, and in Zaina's body. Toby Zaina plays her film, which resolves everybody's stories in the real world and leads her to realize maybe he was in the machine the whole time. End of opera.